Okay, so I've been playing Shadowrun Dragonfall for about 14 hours total, I think, over the course of a couple of weeks or whatever. So I thought I would give a very quick look at the game itself, obviously a bit further in than the beginning, but give you my immediate impressions. So here we go. I mean, overall, I really enjoy the game. If you played Neverwinter Nights and Baldur's Gate back in the day, you'll probably like Shadowrun, I think. It's in that same sort of venue, where you're basically following your little character around and all that kind of great stuff. And of course, if you're a fan of D&D and Shadowrun, I think you're generally just going to like it anyway because you're just taking those games and translating them into online or in games themselves, computer games. Okay, so the game itself takes place in Berlin. Obviously, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that. It takes place in Berlin. You remember you have your little character. If you've ever played Neverwinter and Baldur's Gate, and it's sort of not very detailed and that sort of thing, but that's not really the point of the game. So up here you have basically all your stuff, so like your objectives. Now, if you, unlike other games, when you can click the objective and it will tell you the details about it, it doesn't really tell you that. But that's okay because you get to a point where it really doesn't matter. It'll basically rehash the objectives when you get to that location. You have mission items that you find. Some of them seem a little unimportant. I bought some Turkish coffee for no reason at all. You've got your new yen. So again, if you've played Shadowrun, it's going to translate a lot into the PC game itself, and the money being part of that. You have your karma points, which you can only spend on your character. Your team, you do a slightly different way of leveling up, but you can't actually pick out what they level up. Particularly yours you can, so if I wanted to go and spend karma as an example, to go do that. So you have your usual your main stats, like your body, your intelligence, your charisma, and your willpower, and that sort of thing. And then the stuff in between there. So your combat abilities, your decker abilities, your biotech, and that sort of thing. Standard issue if you've played it before. In your inventory, you have a certain number of slots, 6 total at the bottom for basic items. And then you have 3 weapon slots, which vary on your character. So if your character does magic, then you might have one for your regular weapon versus your magic. And you've got cyberware, so you can add stuff into your body, essentially. If you've ever played Shadowrun, again, it's fairly consistent. I have no idea what this thing is. Oh yeah, that's my objectives. Okay. Yeah, you just basically run around. This is your home base that you're going to go to get sort of information about jobs or the storyline. You can talk to different people. Pretty sure I'm supposed to drop something off. It's been at least a few hours since I last played this. You have a computer terminal where you can find if there's any jobs to pick up. You can post things, so if you remember being able to basically do a racket if you wanted to, you can. Alright, so there's that. I will go ahead and start a mission, and that way you can see a little bit about what's going on in the game, how it plays combat-wise, and that will, I think, help figure out if you like the game itself. Alright. Just like with any game, thankfully they let you know where you're supposed to go, so these little gold things, you can go places. I think I've got all the things I need. You do have to refresh your, your medic packs and stuff like that when you're done with a mission. Alright, so as you can see, I have 2 more missions to do. The one at the top is for the main storyline, I believe. And the other one, I think, is one of the sort of quests that you can get from people you're hanging out with. So you can find stuff around the city, or one of your teammates can have something going on, and you can go ahead and do something for that. So we're going to go ahead and do the prototype one. In which case, now you can assemble your team. Glory, Blitz, Diedrich, and Iger are the ones that are your main part of your group, though you cannot get Blitz. It really depends. If you do play your cards wrong, you won't end up with Blitz in your group. But generally, you will have Glory, Diedrich, and Iger. The rest of these are people you can hire for whatever means, if like one of your other groups doesn't really cover what you need. I really like my main group, so we're just going to go ahead and do this noise. Diedrich can actually heal people with his magic. Oh hell, we'll just do this. That's the only problem I generally have, is picking out who you want, because there's just not enough slots for everybody. If there is one pattern that you sort of realize, is that anytime it's supposed to be a simple mission, it never ends up being a simple mission. Because you are a Shadowrunner, and nothing ever works out the way that you want it to. Alright, so right before battle, most of the time what you can do is you can change out change out the items that people have. So in this case, these little guys are so that if you die, you basically resurrect. These are at 50%? Yeah. Those are your gold standard ones. Okay. We're gonna switch that puppy out for some better healing, because I guarantee it, I'm gonna have to heal like crazy. Do I have any more? Yes, I do. Look at that. I spend most of my money on medical supplies. It's rather amusing. Okay, this needs to be switched out for a gold one. If I can... There we go. Okay. The good thing about this is that the items themselves are loaned to your people, so if they don't use them, then it goes right back into your stash. Is that an explosive grenade? And one of these puppies. Alright. You can also give them more weapons. I think my main character has 3, so it's not that big of an issue. And some of these things are replenished, so if you're not your character, but your other characters have basic stuff that they start with, and sometimes when you come back, they already have that, so... Alright, and that should be everybody. So let's go ahead and get this started. Alright. Basically, these little guys are things you can look at. Sorry, I can't see it. The magnifying glass is something that you can just look at. It might give you information, it might not. If it has a hand, little things you can pick up items and send it to your stash. Which is what I generally do because I generally don't have space. I like to go around and make sure I haven't missed something, because knowing my luck, if I don't, I'm gonna miss something. It's not necessarily this game, but just oftentimes my luck. Yeah, so there's no voice dialogue, which is, again, if you've ever played the older Neverwinter Nights and Baldur's Gate, is kind of normal. You don't really need to. And of course, you're the main person in that, you're the leader, so. These guys are just some shady organization that you pick up at some point. You can help them, or you don't have to, but they're kind of neat. Oh look, there are dead people. Like I said, I don't remember exactly what I was doing here, or who I got this from, but this is bound to be interesting. Oh, okay, that's where we came from. Wow, some days I am brilliant. There are some enemies over there. I don't see any. There. That door's locked. Let's go. Oh, we have to go through the door first, don't we? Generally speaking, if you want to get somewhere, opening a door to get there is kind of a better idea. Unless you can walk through walls. Oh, wait, no! I got a little excited there, apparently. Ah. And thus now we know why people are dead. Why does this, oh, let's do it. Let's do it. I was ready to die from the gas leaking into the atmosphere I was in or something. What I do like about the game is that you can go straight through to your objective if necessary most of the time. You don't have to wander around like I do. Sometimes you need to, but you don't really have to. It depends on whether you want more items or whether you just want to get the thing in and done. And yes, you can apparently take drugs. But that's, if you play Shadowrun again, is like a thing that you just can do. Oh hell, fuck it. The cool thing about this is you can pick your archetypes. You can be a decker, or you can be a street samurai, which I think is what I am, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't recall what I am. Because I think I chose street samurai. You can be human, you can be an orc, or half-orc, or whatever. You can be your elf, your dwarf, that sort of thing. Standard races. Standard archetypes and classes. It can be a bit touchy on the items and the places you need to click. I wonder how many bottles we can get. Oh man. Huh. Well, let's go see if we can find some data files. Nope. Visual records, project. Alright, I have no idea. Pretty sure that I have the passcode. 54139. Aha! There you go. Of course, if I had read it, I probably would have known that. Project Atlas. I wonder if that would work. I'd like to do this long enough so you can see combat. But sometimes when you start, when you alert people to your presence, it becomes very difficult to get out of it. Aha! We found something. What was that code again? 84792. Let's see if that works. No. 84792. Hey, look at that. Two. There we go. Basically, as a Shadowrunner, your point is to, or your job is to do illicit things, generally speaking. So it's sort of like being a mercenary. People, for the most part, say, hey, I need this done. I need you to go find something or steal something. Can you do that? And you pretty much say, well, it depends on what you got. How much money you paying me? Alright, let's see if we can move on. Because I see the guys over there. I'd rather not have to fight these guys. Not that there's anything wrong with fighting them, I just, rather not have to do that until, a minute or two after I've discovered everything. Yeah, sorry, I talk a lot while I'm doing this. Oh, that's an elevator. I wish I knew who these people were. I think what I'll do is I will go ahead and, I want that item. I don't know what that is, but I kind of want the item. Let's just go this way. Or maybe not. Aha! There we go. Yeah! Okay. Thank you, whoever you are. Alright. Why, thank you, Blitz. No, that can't be good. I generally like to have a view of what I'm about to get myself into. Generally, there's a lot of stuff hanging out. At some point, you're gonna fight because you can hide behind these things. I love how her biggest concern is the amount of chrome that's on it, not the chain gun or anything. I do not see good things coming from this. Well, let's just get involved, huh? Jump right in. Oh, okay. Oh my. Oh my. The question is, do I want him to stay here? Or, oh my. Alright then. Let's get the fuck out of here. I may be a Shadowrunner, but I like to err on the side of morality. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna go into battle, guys. Okay, so here is the battle system. So you have AP points, so action points, and you can obviously use them to either, you know, hang around here or, you know, go further. So, for instance, it takes one action point to go all the way over to this side where you see the shield, in which case the shield being which part covers you, so I would be protected from where I'm located. Or I can take 2 AP points and move all the way to the back. I personally like to do this. Okay, we're going to get rid of the rigor. Before he takes over. It's not going to work. Alright, he's too far in. You'll notice that some of these actions take 1 AP point or 2. I only have 2 per character, so I can only do so much before. Really? Okay. Alright, Igor. The percentage seems to be how much it's likely to hit. Blitz is what is called a decker or a rigger. Riggers control like robots. Deckers go into what's called the matrix or the computer realm. And of course, everybody misses. That's great. And he's probably going to take over. But I just wanted you to get an idea of the combat itself, so you can see how it works in general. I happen to like the combat, and I generally don't like complex turn-based. So cover. It's got to be the cover. There are times when I'm not entirely sure how someone can miss. my. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't make sense that you miss somebody when they're at practically point blank range. But you just sort of deal with it. I really want him on my team. And here's the benefits of having multiple weapons. I can just change instead of actually reloading them. Aw, isn't that beautiful? Can we keep it? I really hope we can keep it. In an ideal world, we would definitely have this stupid guy forever. Right, so I figured we would go ahead and stop it there. That's a good 1 hour of playtime. So that's the combat system, basic storyline, and how the game is generally set up. And I remember that's like 14 hours in, probably not even half of the game, and you can get here later or earlier. So I hope that's helpful. I highly recommend the game, and if you would like to see more games, feel free to leave a comment, and I will go ahead and do those.